Wolfie.
Huh?
On tonight's all-new episode of the Brony Paddock.
What? Hey, we're live now. Don't be giving away too much. We are live. I can see the Geek EZ logo. Well, it's about blasted time. Thank you, Twitch, for making this so hard. Actually, it wasn't Twitch. It wasn't Twitch. It says we're offline, but we're not offline.
It says live.
It says live. We are live. Alright, so, I was going to sit there and just start it right off doing her voice like this, but I guess I'm not going to. I can keep doing it. Okay. How come it still says we're offline on my end? I don't know. I don't understand it. Can you hear me?
Yes we can, Meatwad.
Oh, okay. You can hear me. That's good. Alright then. So, the following broadcast is intended for mature audiences. The thoughts and opinions expressed on this show are solely those of the person providing them, and in no way reflect the station, website, or affiliated partners. And listener discretion is advised. You know what? I have no idea what's going on now. Oh god, I lost it. Okay, keep talking amongst yourselves. What happened? I don't know.
You know what? I blame the Fry Man.
It's gone.
Needs more blood.
No more blood.
Needs more DACA.
More DACA for DACA.
Okay, we got the intro going. Here we go. You ready?
Steady.
Are you ready? Okay,
Steady.
Here we go.
Welcome to the 8:40 p.m. Holosuite Sports News Dance-Off Spotlight. I'm your host, Woodrow, but don't have a paddle. These are my fellow hosts. Frankly, don't give a damn. Thor, but not complaining. Kith, my pathy butt. Ryan Oplasty, and Cuddle Me, I'm lonely. Next, we go to the weather with Albino Jackson.
Hey, how do I follow that? Okay. Welcome to the special final episode of the Geek EZ. From here on out, we'll be known as the Brony Paddock.
Yes.
All brony, all the time.
Applejack is best pony.
I like
Everybody.
Pony.
My friends call me Derpy.
If you ask nicely, I will show you my cutie mark.
I've seen it, don't want to.
What has
I
been
don't have a
seen cannot be
response to that.
unseen.
Ha! I just noticed that they spelt what we're playing with wrong. It's supposed to be a D, not a P.
And that's why you got kicked out of BronyCon.
And there we go.
That was your follow-up.
That was my follow-up. So, okay. Honestly, no, this is not the final episode.
I
What
was lied
amazes me-
to.
What amazes me is that Tank managed to do that without skipping a beat, but when we did the debate special of the Shaven Wookiee Cantina, he couldn't say Walter Cronkite.
I actually remember that.
It was quite
How many-
funny, actually.
How
Which
many
is very
outtakes
sad.
did we... How long was that outtake audio clip?
The
Over 30
outtake audio
minutes.
clip was over 30 minutes long.
Oh my god.
To my opponents
I was-
across the table, I'd like you to go out and play a nice game of hide and go yourself.
Exactly.
Oh,
That is one way to
Fluffy.
shut up an entire room.
Oh, Fluffy.
Oh,
Fluffy.
I haven't
Oh,
done,
Rocky.
I have not done the Obi-Wan voice in a very long time.
I think that was just spur of the moment that you did when you did that,
What, the-
Adam.
Oh, what, that outtake? Oh yes, that was
Yeah.
completely the Fluffy thing was and most of the little quips it was just off the top of my head.
No, I was talking about the why'd you get a nice
Oh yes,
game?
yes,
Yeah.
yes. The nice game of go outside and yes. The nice way to put it would be go outside and have a nice quiet game of hide and go screw yourself.
Hide and go Sith yourself.
Sit yourself. So yes. So
I've got a nice little
we-
sinus cold, so that's why I was able to do that voice.
Let's see. It's April Fool's. I have been not so fooled. I think the best one I've seen so far out there was that Jar Jar Binks has been confirmed for episode 7.
Except that's so obvious, though.
It is obvious. The other one that was really obvious was that Lucasfilm has gone and restructured the Star Wars canon to eliminate the prequels.
And as a result, they had to cancel Rogue One because Rogue One required Star Wars Episode 2 to be canon.
Yes. Which nothing requires episode 2 to be.
Only the Clone Wars.
Yeah, and even then, the Clone Wars could have happened with the last 15 minutes, and the rest of that movie could have went away.
Yeah.
Because I don't like sand. It's coarse, grainy, gets everywhere. Except in my acting. Oh.
Speaking of acting, saw John Wick finally.
Oh, yes, I have yet to.
About had a panic attack when Keanu Reeves showed emotion.
Whoa.
Dude. Like, he gets very angry in that film.
Yeah, they kill his dog. Spoilers.
Yeah. Well, let's just say that, he spends
Keanu smash.
He spends the first part of the movie holding up the trope that he has no emotion, because he literally just has the same facial expression for like the first 20 minutes of that film. And then he just gets angry.
Keanu smash.
Everybody says he's such a bad actor and stuff. I mean,
He's not.
He's not. I think from what I hear, he's a really great guy, really down to earth.
It's just that he's been typecasted.
I think what was it? That
Because of
viral
a bad
video?
event. He was typecast because of a bad event that happened in his life.
True. The viral video that happened a month or so ago, where somebody was recording him on the subway in New York, and a woman came on, and he just sat there and he watched her. He looked at her, he got up and gave her his seat, and it was just like, it's just a cool thing to do. I mean, and it's New York City. Most people don't get up for anybody on the subways, and I can honestly say I have done it where I was just like, I'm not getting up. It took me forever to get this seat. Why would I get up? But no, it was kind of cool. I mean, I guess he's just a really nice guy.
Yeah, from what I had heard, he actually donates a majority of his profits to his sister's to his sister's kids. Or at least that's what the rumor goes.
Yeah. Let's see. I think was it his sister's kid? I heard there was that, and there was a few other things. He doesn't live rich. It's not like he let money and fame go into his head, because everybody knows who he is. He's Keanu Reeves. He's got a very specific look. Even when he's wearing like the crazy beard and all that kind of stuff, it's Keanu Reeves.
He's a very oval face.
Yes. So, I think. Where was I going with this?
I will say, though, you mentioned when you said you saw the trailers and everything, the choreographing for the movie, I will have to agree with you, Adam. The choreographing was amazing. His fight scenes, especially the close-range fight scenes, are just amazing.
Yes, they are
incredibly fluid.
Ridiculously fluid.
They really put off the whole he's trained and had done this for most of his life. And I also love the fact that what he is and what he does is apparently a very necessary evil, because of a very certain scene that happens not long after he's attacked. I don't really want to give out spoilers, though.
Yeah, don't give out too much, because I have yet to see it, and it's on my... Gotta go to Redbox and grab it.
That's where I got it. Well, just know, I'll name the character he talks to. He talks to a character named Jimmy. And when you see his conversation with Jimmy, you understand exactly how much of a badass he had to have been when he was very active in his old career.
Dun-dun-dun. So, I guess we can get into the cool news from the past few days without going too crazy. So much cool news. Should we do the TV stuff first? Should we do what's coming out that has been confirmed movie-wise, even though it is April Fool's Day, which is a horrible day to release anything official?
Just a little bit more on the April Fools. Get it out of the way.
Get it out of the way. Get it. Well, I mean, I said the first two that I saw. I mean, the first one that popped up on my screen was the Jar Jar Binks one. That was on Facebook last night at like 2 o'clock in the morning.
DeviantArt posted an article about how Disney bought Star Trek.
Yeah, that one was out there. What's really funny is Terry Lynn actually was like, it's a shame too, because Paramount and CBS can't seem to get their butts together.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Yeah, because they can't get their heads out of their ass.
It's true.
I was reading through and I was like, oh, I can just hardly wait to see the furor over this, because they got all bent out of shape over Mudkip icons. All of a sudden, Disney buying Star Trek? Oh my god. Because people will not read the whole thing and come to the conclusion, oh, it's a joke.
Speaking of which, Tank, I heard you like Mudkips.
Mudkips.
Don't you start that shit.
Hey now.
Hey now.
You're a rock star?
Get your game on.
Okay, what other good ones have we seen so far for the April Fools?
For April Fools at work, we have to badge in to go through the doors to get into the building. And at one of the doors, it's a turnstile deal where you badge in. Somebody put signs on both sides of the spin door that said, Our badge reader has been replaced with a face recognition system. Please stand here and wait until it activates. Now,
oh my god.
You would, and it went so far as to make like a picture of your badge and with an X on it, like stand here type deal. And like, you would think, okay, no one's gonna possibly fall for that, except that one of my coworkers, I saw people standing there for a few seconds, and then until they realized, oh, because the door didn't move.
Jesus.
And the only people who see the camera that sees that door are on the 5th floor of our building. So I'm pretty confident they had a hand in that one. And no one took it down. The sign, that is.
So there are two pretty much this year so far. One is simply because it resulted in someone falling for it in such a manner that I lost the ability to can and had to completely stop what I was doing and pause for like a minute while this person realized how stupid they were to have fallen for it. And that is Don Burrito, who some people who listen might know, believing that tonight was actually the last episode of the Geek EZ.
He was so sincere.
He's like,
did he actually believe it?
He actually was he's like, guys, what's wrong? Why is tonight the last episode of the Geek EZ? And me and Tade were watching a YouTube video together. We sync watch a lot, and I just paused it, and I went, Tade, I had to pause the video at 5:17 because I have to deal with a dumbass. And then I just said...
What else do you and Tate do?
We
Well,
don't
half
sing
our-
because then we wouldn't be in sync.
So,
I have no words.
anyways,
The second April Fool's joke that I enjoyed, and I'll have to provide a link so Adam can bring it up on the live stream. It is very safe
Go
for
ahead.
work.
Go ahead.
There's a person I watch on DeviantArt called Evan Stanley. They are an ascended Sonic the Hedgehog fan, even that they were a Sonic the Hedgehog fan, and now they draw for the Sonic the Hedgehog comics. And they have a fan comic they have called Ghosts of the Future. And this is their April Fool's joke. Goats of the Future!
I think Geek didn't do anything big this year, did they?
Here, let me put that up on the live stream there.
They
I don't
did
know if-
Mad Max Power Wheels.
there's
Oh,
that,
that's right.
and there's actually sent to my brother who lives over in Seattle.
Hello, Seattle.
I think they also did a steam-powered gaming cabinet.
Oh yeah, the steam-powered Steambox.
I pay for that.
Goats of the future.
Also,
What is with goats lately?
The do-it-yourselfy 360 selfie ring.
Now, I'm going to admit that I am very, very, very sad that the Power Wheels is not real. Also, the Encounter wearable interactive quest is not real. But here's the thing. That I love about ThinkGeek. You always get to vote about what item you want made real. Past several years, they've done April Fool's jokes, and then they have a poll, item real.
I want the Groot beer.
Group Bill would be cool, but I really want the Encounter wearable interactive quest.
I want the Voltron cat condo.
Yes. I don't have a cat. It's still cool.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't have a cat either,
Not for $190, but
but I do have chihuahuas.
It probably would not actually be that expensive.
drop these links. Who's posting links? Drop the links in the chat. The live chat. Drop them.
Drop it like it's hot.
Drop it like it's hot. Man, there's way too many stuff going out there rumor-wise and all this back and forth that it's hard to keep track of what's real and what's not.
Oh,
Miles Morales is replacing Spider-Man.
But
There's
he's
Peter Parker.
not.
It was a joke. Read the
I
article.
know. I did. I know.
I actually had a very long conversation with someone about that and why Miles Morales would actually be very interesting to see.
I don't know if enough people are up on Miles Morales if it comes to the general public.
I'm trying to think of other April Fool's jokes I've seen.
The best one so far has been the Smithsonian's.
What about Pixar's X-Wings?
That was a good
I'd
one.
watch
but that was, I mean, the way the guy actually made the video. That's on YouTube. Look it up. Pixar's X-Wings. He made it so it wasn't. It was very much not a real thing. But yeah, it's good. I'd watch it. I mean, I like planes. Come on, I like those movies. But let's see. Boom. What was the other one? I saw floating around real quick on one of the geeky sites out there that they had cast Peter Parker,
I hadn't seen that.
and it disappeared real quick. So I'm wondering if it was real or not.
I hadn't seen anything about that.
Let me check comic book resources. They're usually pretty good on that stuff. But no, the Smithsonian's April Fool's one was they hung, and they made a big deal about it in the video and everything, that they hung Wonder Woman's invisible jet in the Air and Space Museum at the Smithsonian.
I
on
saw
loan.
something about that.
On loan from the Seattle Aeronautics or Aviation Museum. But I love the way she goes. The hardest part is they display it in its prop plane mode, and we wanted it in its jet mode. So getting it to actually transform into the jet mode was kind of tricky. Too funny. It's another one of those videos. Look it up out there. I don't have a link to it.
Oh, okay. I'm looking at the best and worst April Fool's jokes 2015. Google Maps and Pac-Man.
Yes.
You could play Pac-Man pretty much anywhere on Google Maps. Ingress, which is a game also ran by Google, which runs on your smartphones, was also invaded by Pac-Man. Your cursor that represents you via GPS was replaced with Pac-Man, and every time you picked up exotic energy, you heard the Waka Waka sound, and portals were replaced with ghosts.
Well, the Pac-Man. That's probably that. I think that was Google America because this is what Google Japan did, and I just posted the YouTube link in the channel.
Let's see here. Chat has not loaded for me, so. Yeah. Samsung announced their newest piece of, and I quote, cutting-edge technology, the Samsung Galaxy Blade Edge, which is the world's first smart knife with smartphone capabilities. Domino's had the Domino's driver. Or I'm sorry, Domino driver. Which is, like a robotic a drone motorcycle that will deliver your pizza.
That'd be kind of cool.
This ends poorly.
There's
so hot! Ah!
I can see
Apparently
no way this
there's-
is going to end well.
apparently there's a April Fools from Daigo. For those who are familiar with the Evo, the video game fighting tournament. Professional arcade gamer Daigo Umehara claimed he's quitting games to become an accountant. He quips, accounting and fighting games are basically the same.
Are we linking to CNN? We want something that's
What
accurate,
the-
not about a plane crash.
Apparently, Cottonelle announced they were making toilet paper for left-handed people.
That's awesome.
Uberboat.
If I
Oh.
go quiet for a few minutes, I just read something real stupid.
Breaking news, CERN researchers confirm the existence of the Force.
Microsoft launched MS-DOS Mobile.
I saw that.
Is it a bad thing that I still know a little bit of DOS command line?
I know a couple lines. And
The really
that's about it.
scary thing is I think it's legitimately MS-DOS Mobile. Like, you can actually install it on a Windows phone.
The Sun apparently announced that Simon Cowell's face will appear on the £5 note. Sorry, the £5 note. $5 pound, really?
Simon Cowell,
Yeah.
Groupon launched Gruber, an Uber-like service that features cars driven by cats.
huh? Icon has passenger? Sorry, that was bad.
Apparently, Microsoft also announced Office 2016 for cats.
See, stuff like that's just ridiculous. You got to make them a little more like the one on Screen Rant right now that Sony is supposedly setting up a Spider-Man multiverse with their films, which is completely ridiculous when you start going on the list of the universes they plan on using.
Apparently, BMW in New Zealand did a double buff. They put in a newspaper, says the first person to come in to and ask for Tom could be able to swap their old car for a new BMW. So a lady came in, asked for Tom, and they gave her a new BMW.
Get out. So
kinda
someone
like
called
when-
them on their prank.
I guess, yeah. This is a dealership in New Zealand put an ad in the paper claiming that the first person to come in and ask for Tom to be able to swap their old car for a new BMW. Tiana Marsh did just that, and you can guess what happened from there.
Question is, what was the BMW?
There's a YouTube video at the bottom of the CNN link that Wolfie threw in there. Apparently, they gave it the license plate "No Fool."
It reminds me of what Star Trek Online did today. People were like, they announced Star Trek Online Rebirth, which apparently they rolled back one of the test servers to a previous version. People were like, "Oh, this is a bad April Fool's joke." It's not a joke.
They literally rolled back one of the test versions of the test servers of the game to the version of the game
When
that
it launched.
with.
How did we miss Clue Game of Thrones edition from ThinkGeek?
I don't know.
Truck
I really
Monkey.
want a Mad Max Power Wheel. I know I wouldn't be able to ride in one, but I want one.
Chances are, I think Adam would be the one that actually have a valid reason to buy Power Wheels.
Power Wheels.
Yeah, the Power Wheels Desert
The-
Drifters.
The Mad Max Power Wheels Desert Drifters from Think Geek. They're little
That's
Power
pretty
Wheels,
cool.
but they're Mad Max cars. I would love some Groot beer.
I am Groot.
I am
The selfie ring is good.
I'm pretty sure the selfie ring is a thing that exists.
I
I
wouldn't
really
be
wish that was
surprised.
true.
Probably.
You generally tell the April Fool's ones because instead of having in stock, they have other things said, like the Groot beer says Groot sprinkles.
Power Wheels has Anarchy and Bedlam.
The Encounter Wearable Interactive Quest says Gygaxian Exercise.
I like what the Voltron Cat Condo has. Form Blazing Sunbeam.
Rovio's Agribirds. You know what helps
Oh.
sometimes? You know what sometimes helps anger issues? Gardening. Looking to chill their very angry birds out a bit, Rovio has announced Agribirds, a game where resource management meets visual novel meets point-and-click survival horror meets FPS meets your face.
Meets your face.
New Egg launches Eggcoin, Bitcoin, Darkcoin, Dogecoin, and now Eggcoin. Deciding they needed to get into the cryptocurrency game, Newegg has launched Eggcoin, a digital currency that fluctuates with the current price of a dozen eggs.
CERN firms the existence of the Force.
Too strong with them.
The self-browsing Chromebook.
HTC's Smart Sock.
How would that work?
It has a built-in notifications display, hold detection alerts, and GPS that makes sure you never lose half of a pair.
I think one of the better ones that I've actually did is if you go to your browser right now and type in com.google, you will get Google backwards. And it actually works. And you can search backwards and it will bring up all your results backwards on your screen.
It's gone now, at least for me, but there was a Duran Sandstorm button on YouTube where you can
Ooh,
start.
it'll even do the barrel roll backwards.
you can start playing the YouTube video, and then it will replace all the audio with Sandstorm.
You know, I kind of wish that the Apple Watch was a April Fool's joke.
That thing just seems like a bad idea to me.
Nobody wears watches anymore.
I do. I wear the
Excuse
one
me?
I wear the one I got in my loot crate.
I
But
wear
as
watch.
I mean, really,
Yeah.
it's really weird because it was when you look around, a lot of people just use their phones to tell time now.
I do that too, but I got a spy watch from Loot Crate. Well, a stealth watch. I'm gonna wear that. It's literally a nondescript black band that you tap, and you get the time. Speaking of Loot Crate, Wolfie, you also got the Loot Crate, right?
Yes.
Our friend, I'm gonna call him Kaze rather than use his real name. The guy we went ingressing with with that big group. He got one too, and we met each other in the hallway today at the campus. And I looked at him and said, one of us has got to go change," because we were both wearing the T-shirt.
Max got one as well.
Nice.
I still have to take a picture of my badge and tweet it to Patton Oswald and ask him if we can hang out now.
You should.
Speaking of which,
Are you clear to get in?
where has Kinnick been?
Yeah, where is
He's recharging.
Oh, Coulson saw this coming. Because because he was doing that thing with Mac. What if he has the brothers out doing something?
Oh.
All 7 of them.
Or
was it
however
14?
many there are.
That was
13.
an interesting episode.
That was a good episode.
Are we
biggest-
done doing the April Fool stuff now?
Yeah, probably.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
I'm honestly just watching the 24/7 Sandstorm Radio right now on Twitch.
So much Sandstorm.
Okay, we can get into the TV stuff. You want to do Flash first, or you want to do Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. first?
I'd say do Flash, since I actually watched Flash.
Same here.
I didn't.
Run.
Well, then,
Shame on you.
sucks to be you.
No, I'm alright. I know, though, that it was the return of the trickster.
Return of the Trickster. It was a good episode.
As a heads up, I may be disconnecting because I just heard a strike of thunder just now.
No, that was my belly.
The best part is we can hear Sandstorm in the background, Roland.
Like I said, I'm watching 24/7 Sandstorm Radio.
I was on YouTube watching Sandstorm.
I was in a sandstorm listening to Sandstorm.
I was going south on Bakalakadaka Street listening to
I wasn't a sandstorm, but Wally pulled me into safety. Sorry, I've been watching Wally every day for the past 2 weeks.
Wow.
Feels.
No, you want feelings. You watch the first 20 minutes of Up.
Can't do it.
Oh, God. That kills me.
You
That
know
just
what's
kills
been
me.
on every day for the last 2 weeks on Disney Junior? The Mickey Mouse Clubhouse Easter special where Pete causes the clubhouse to, explode, basically.
It disappears all over the place.
Yeah, but it's been on,
Yes.
every freaking day for the last 2 weeks.
That's what Disney does, though.
But I can't turn it off because my kid starts crying.
Yeah,
Is
I'm
it-
in the same boat. I'm like, just watch this. It was on not more than 2 hours ago. They just reran the same episode.
I'm gonna watch it.
It's the best Easter party ever. It's stuck in my head. Kill me.
Music assisted suicide?
No, I watched Wally too much when I'm just sitting there drawing at my desk, or I'm just doing something else. The kids are in bed, and I start going da 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 da. So bad.
Wally.
Listen, Barnaby.
Before we move away from the April Fool's joke, there's one more that I remembered. I just need to find a link to it. Come on, Twitter, don't do that.
Come on, Twitter. Please don't do that.
They announced Homeworld, the Homeworld Remastered Edition, announced some new Starship skins for the game. Adam, you're gonna need to bring that up on the live stream.
Ba, 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 ba.
Just,
There it is.
I want to just look at that. Look at
Something-
how amazing that is.
Something about this, it's kind of appealing to me.
I love. We've been getting a
didn't get it
bunch
at
of
first.
requests.
We getting a bunch of what?
We've been getting a bunch of requests for this one.
Oh,
To be honest,
oh.
I think that is a serious slip and fall on their point.
I guess they weren't too yellow to follow through on it.
You guys are gonna kill me tonight.
Well,
aren't you?
No bruised egos on that one.
It could be a little fruity though.
you just got to be careful with things like this because you know, a few people could be rotten and ruin the whole batch.
It's already split down the middle.
Yeah, but it's really smooth.
I don't know. These puns have kind of lost their appeal for me.
Don't be reusing it.
No, that's more like he recycled.
He aped you. He didn't recycle.
Okay, that's enough of this monkey business.
They really reached into the jungle for that one, didn't they?
I think Tade's dead. Yeah.
We killed him.
Yeah, it seems that he's, slipped off his mortal coil.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I've been resisting the urge all episode to sing Never Gonna Give You Up into the mic.
Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down.
Never gonna turn around and hurt you.
It's one of the things that people don't like about me is I cannot be rickrolled because I like that song. And I will never turn down an opportunity to listen to it.
What did we just crank out? 15 good banana puns on that one?
That was a lot of banana puns.
That was a lot of banana puns. I like the split down the middle one. That was good.
And yet, no dick joke.
No. We kept it clean. You had to go there.
I was applauding us. Don't give me that tone of voice.
You still went there.
I was surprised we didn't go there.
Well, Xander's not here.
Yeah, but you
That's
know,
very
whenever you
true.
see a woman flying that, what you'll be thinking about. Dun dun.
Dun 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 dun.
All right, let's get back to the Flash.
Flash.
Alright. I'm
Savior of the
gonna,
universe.
before we get into the actual subject matter of the show,
Yes.
I have to say, this is my very first time watching an episode of Flash. I literally jumped in on this episode. But even then, I found the introduction incredibly bothersome because it's basically, here's the plot, more than likely, of the very first episode that I'm going to repeat every episode for the first season at the very least.
I actually think the Flashes is better than the Arrows.
I haven't seen the Arrows.
The Arrows is so expositional and
Drawn out and long.
drawn out and poorly written. I must become something. Yeah, it's just the Flash
Time for
is
anyone.
like I'm like the fastest man alive, and I'm trying to find the guy who
Hey,
killed my
look what I
mommy.
can do.
Look what I can do. But yeah, it is. It's very, the exposition in the beginning is a little too much. They should have stuck with more of a Star Trek Space: The Final Frontier, where they don't tell you anything. It's just, hey, I'm super fast. Flash. Ah. Okay, so back to the meat and potatoes of the. Here we go. More food.
You're gonna make me hungry.
Speaking of which,
I guess you have a stake in where things are going.
Speaking of which,
I didn't check it out.
My coworker had potato soup, and she was, had her earbuds in. And one of them fell off and fell into her soup. I found out about this after I came back from lunch, and she's like, "I'm not so sure it's gonna work." Like, so what you're saying is you basically, aren't so certain about your ear spuds.
Good one.
Ah!
Nice one.
Yeah.
Nice one.
Yeah, she said the same thing, and then she tried them out, and a few minutes later, and she's like, "Oh, I pulled it out in time, quickly enough." Everybody else in the room is just going, and she's like, "Say not a word," and she's pointing to like two other coworkers, and I just turn and I go, "You seem to be experienced in pulling out quickly."
Dude, you gotta be careful with stuff like that. That's a harassment suit.
I was very quiet about
Batman
it.
says
Knew
say
it was-
no to
she-
sexual harassment.
She knew the joke was coming, and we'd been making
Apparently not.
those comments. Yes, she did.
I'm
I see what you did there.
sorry. I
That's
had
what
to go
she
pull a
said.
Jade. I'll be right back.
Anyways, one of the coworkers that she had pointed at to not say a word was practically dying laughing.
I'm back.
So
That's what
you know,
she said.
I just have to ask, did she get up
damn,
to go
that was
smoke
a
a
good one.
cigarette afterwards? Oh, can we get back to the Flash, please?
Oh.
Ah.
Oh.
Maybe if she was a Flash, she would have been able to pull out in time.
That reminds me of a t-shirt I still plan on getting that has a pull-out couch on it. It says, "Don't worry, I pull out."
Oh. Still one of the most dirty lines in Star Wars. Right up there with, I thought that hairy beast would be the end of me. And you came in that thing, you're braver than I thought.
That's my favorite. That is my favorite.
My son is with them. I'm sure I have felt him. Strange that I have not.
Okay. Well,
Oh my.
since I
We
since I,
have dived into the gutter.
since I have literally sat there doing I did the Joker giggle, which could be the trickster giggle, depending how you look at it. Alistair, will you watch The Flash again?
Yes.
Okay, good.
I will more than likely watch the whole series over when I get a break, which will probably be Friday.
Excellent. That's good. So we can talk about it a little more. I do think that Tank, you need to at least give it a try.
I'm not sure about Arrow. I did try season 1 of Arrow, and it didn't get me. I may go in for season 2.
2 is much better.
Even though it contains one of my favorite actresses, and she dies. So we'll see.
2 is much better. 2 is a much better. 2 and I mean 3 has had its down points here and there, but 2 is a really good season.
3's taking forever to get anywhere.
Oh yeah, it's dragging its feet.
I won't lie. I really, really did enjoy The Flash. So if all the episodes previously are on the same par as that, or at least near that, which you guys can give your opinion and say if it is and isn't.
They're They're pretty close.
Yeah, there's a few little, but yeah, they're pretty good. They hit the ground running, no pun intended.
Then the amount of shows that I watch per week may go up to 2.
Okay.
Other than Hulu, well, technically I watch both, Agents of Shield and Flash now on Hulu. I don't really watch any network television. The reason I watch them on Hulu is, one, got a lovely high definition TV and a standard definition box. So watching TV with those big black bars on the side is like, no, it's like I'd rather wait 24 hours than to watch it with those big black bars. And 2, when you watch it on Hulu, they know you watched it.
True.
So when I was watching, something on Hulu during Agent Carter, I was watching one show and then had another Hulu tab open because unlike Netflix, you can have 2 tabs open for Hulu, and I had Agent Carter playing in the background muted. So I upped her ratings.
God. My only complaint was it took the show to the midpoint to really get anywhere. It was like there was a lot of exposition in the first half hour of the episode. The backstory stuff was kind of cool. It was building up, and the backstory on the Reverse Flash was kind of cool. It makes things make a lot more sense now. I can't give too much away because I guess we could because it's been 24 hours and Tank doesn't watch the show. The what happened to Wells makes sense now because it was like, where did this guy just appear out of nowhere? People have known about him for a while. He was a scientist before. How come all of a sudden, how long has he been here? Well, he's been here all his life. It's just not Wells. Edward Thawne. Thawne. Yeah, Thawn. Thawne.
Oh, so they didn't go with Eobard?
It is.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's Eobard. It is Eobard. Yeah, Edward is the other one. Edward is the one in this time frame in the 21st century. Eobard is the 27th century. He's from the future. And Wolfie, you have yet to see the episode?
I haven't seen it, but you guys can spoil it. I intend to watch it.
Okay, well, I won't spoil it too much, but they let you know why Eobard is Eobard and Wells at the exact same time. He is both people. I'll just say that. He really is. He is Eobard Thawne, but he is also Wells. They still haven't explained why he's being so nice and why he's doing what he's doing, but that's coming up in the next. He's very manipulative. The reason to watch the show last night was because Mark Hamill was reprising his role as the Trickster from the 1990s Flash series, where he played the Trickster. And as a fan of the original show, who I used to watch that show every week religiously, like it was like, oh, gotta watch the Flash, it's on. And I mean, it had Danny Elfman theme, it had John Wesley Shipp as the Flash. It was all good. There was all kinds of goodness. And the little throwbacks and the nods to the original show all the way through that episode were so awesome to see that they took the time to go back. I mean, when they went back to the warehouse, it was like a recreation of the warehouse from the Trickster episode back in the 1990s. It was so well done. They even had Pranks out there, which was awesome. Prank was the female. Yeah, it was his Harley Quinn. And they actually did. Wow, I never even thought about that. She was the original Harley Quinn because it was a woman who kind of just went nuts and started following the Trickster. Whoa. Wow. Whoa, mind blown. But
is that how he got those scars?
So you can post that link in the chat. I'm not going to put that.
Let me find it again.
It was cool to see Mark Hamill get to ham it up a lot, and he really does play a psychopath really well.
I heard there was a bunch of Star Wars references.
One big one.
There was a very big one. And I would have been disappointed if they didn't do it, and they did it, and I was very happy.
I must
They did
not
it
have been
very
paying
tastefully.
attention.
Oh, they did it very tastefully.
Yes, very nicely done. Enough that when people on Twitter last night said, "Hey, Mark Hamill, nice Star Wars reference," he goes, "Where?" He was joking, of course.
I totally missed it.
Really? Where he's talking to the young trickster after all is said and done?
Oh, that, yeah.
Right.
Yes.
I guess Shatner was watching Flash last night.
Shatner watches everything now.
Yeah, Shatner. I think Shatner has no life.
I mean, that was pretty
He-
obvious to begin with. But
He's William Shatner. Come on.
I like Edward James Olmos, but I could just as easily see Shatner in that role.
Oh my god, that'd be awesome. Shatner in the MCU would be awesome. Oh, let's see. But yeah, I mean, I hope they bring him back.
I hope so too.
I think
It was
they're
nice to
talking
see
about
Lucy
it.
Lawless again.
No, I'm not talking about Agents of Shield.
Oh, sorry. Oh,
Talk about Flash. We're still on the Flash. I'm hoping that Mark
he said-
Hamill.
someone said
It's
something
a
really
recurring
nice.
role. Oh yes, the recurring role. I hope it's a recurring role where they get to bring him back because he really is a good character, the trickster. And I'm guessing from what I'm hearing, the rumblings, like if I read this right somewhere, he's gonna jump around the Arrow Flashverse where he will make appearances in other shows.
Well, isn't there supposedly going to be a show with the Atom?
Yes, that is being cast right now. So far they've got a cast that includes the Atom.
Which is premiering next week?
What, the Atom show? No.
No,
The
the
show-
guy who's playing the Atom.
No,
No,
he's
he's
already
been on
been
there
the
for a
Atom.
while.
He's been on he's been on Arrow for a while, and he actually was in the costume last week.
And
Oh.
this week a little bit apparently.
Which is really, really funny when you think about it. They made him the Iron Man of the DC television universe.
So he doesn't have shrinking powers?
They haven't shown that yet. But he flies. He has bolts that he shoots from his hands. He flies very much like Iron Man. I mean, it's very much Iron Man.
Iron Atom.
But the spin-off show is going to be the Atom. Somehow they're
Felicity.
bringing the original Canary back, which leads me to believe that they're going to use the Lazarus Pits to bring back Sarah Lance from the dead in the Arrow TV show, because they cast the actress in the new show, the Atom show. Man,
Maybe she's a clone.
You know, I just had this up. Hold on, I had it up not too long ago. Hold on a second. Where'd it go? The actual cast of it.
So I finally saw Big Hero 6.
It's a good movie.
Yay.
Good movie.
Haven't seen it yet?
I thought of it because we were talking about Iron Man references, and there's very much an Iron Man reference in that movie as well.
Really? I must have missed it. I've seen the movie like 10 times.
Well, I mean, it's not direct, but the scene when Baymax starts flying around with the rocket boots.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay,
Plus-
that's what it is.
Plus the stance he takes in his general color scheme. Are you
Okay,
satisfied with your care?
yes.
If
The,
I
I
don't-
don't want to cry.
the
Listen, I
spin-off,
watched How to Train Your Dragons 2 tonight.
that's a good movie, too.
I intend to see How You Train Your Dragon, but I never saw the first one, so I'm holding off on seeing the second one until I can see the first one, and it's
The Field.
still not back at Redbox.
It's still not on Netflix either. I was going to watch that today too, but I was like, alright, damn it.
I have
What is?
my two local Redboxes, my two local Redbox kiosks set to notify me when How to Train Your Dragon returns to that Redbox, because someone's rented it, and that person is running up a huge bill because they've rented it for at least 4 months.
Wow.
Don't they just automatically sell it to you after a while?
I think so.
Where they just charge
Yes,
your
sir.
thing?
They keep
Yeah.
charging you until you pay for the full price of the film.
Actually, usually end up paying like 4 times the price, I think.
I've never tried because those discs are so scratched up. I just don't bother.
And they're
Um,
rental discs.
I actually bought my Blu-ray copy of Captain America: The Winter Soldier from a Redbox, and it was only $5, and the disc was not scratched up.
Oh.
Yeah, but don't the Redbox ones lack like the special features and stuff?
The DVDs do. The Blu-rays tend to not.
I have the listings. I have the cast listing of who's already been cast for the Atom spinoff from the Arrow. And Brandon Routh will be playing the Atom. Let's see. Wentworth Miller will be Leonard Snart, a.k.a. Captain Cold. Dominic Purcell will be Mick Rory / Heatwave. Victor Garber is Dr. Martin Stein, which leads me to believe that somewhere in there, Firestorm's going to have to show up because they're going to have to bring Robbie Amell into it somewhere. And Katie Lotz, who played the Canary before being killed on the Arrow, they're not sure whether or not she's going to be playing a resurrected version of that character or someone different. But they also just cast Ciara Renee, who's a relative newcomer to television, as Hawk Girl, and Rip Hunter.
Are they going to bring in Heatwave's
Oh yeah,
sister?
Art Darvel's playing Rip Hunter.
Yes. He's a time traveler. Interesting.
Are they going to bring in Heatwave's sister?
Golden Glider.
Already did.
Well, I know they did it on the Flash, but are they going to do it on? Are they going to bring her in on that Arrow spinoff?
Does not say whether or not she is on there. I do think the addition of Hawk Girl is very interesting.
Have the Flash people ever discussed whether or not they're going to bring in Mirror Master?
Yes, they actually have it cast. You know what my biggest issue with the Flash right now is? Do you realize how many metahumans, or whatever they're calling them, they have locked away without due process? They totally went to, like, just dictatorship on it. They're like, oh, we gave you powers, and we're going to put you in a hole.
Where do
I'm
they
still
keep all
waiting
those
to.
people?
I'm still honestly waiting to see whether or not they're going to put Static in.
Static Shock?
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool.
They need to get the dude who voiced him.
Isn't the Hispanic guy on the Flash the guy that's Vibe in the comic books?
And he is going to be Vibe on the show.
That's going to be weird.
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially with they're bringing in Vibe after Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. brings in Quake.
Their Vibe, and then I think the actress, or the female character, I can never remember their names.
Killer Frost?
Yeah, she is supposed to, I think they're going to develop their powers later, and they'll be like, oh look, we gained powers too. They just didn't manifest yet.
I'm
So
trying.
the girl scientist that they're working with is.
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm trying to think who I was talking to about Flash and the metahumans. And when I had mentioned Static, he said, no, DC doesn't own the rights to that.
He's in their books.
I know, it's like, after the most recent Final Crisis, not the new one that they're doing, the past one, didn't he officially get thrown into the DC universe by that point?
Yeah, he, Black Lightning, and a couple of the other Electric characters kind of were there and doing stuff during the Crisis.
That's what I thought. But Static wasn't originally DC. He was... Actually...
He was just WB. They made him up. And no, I think he was originally intended to be because Batman showed up on his show and Robin showed up on the show. Yeah, he was originally part of that universe. It might have just been the animated one.
Yeah,
and then he shows up on Batman Beyond.
That's right, he does, as an old man.
Let me see something.
On other casting news, Stephen Amell, who plays Arrow on Arrow, has been cast as Casey Jones in the next Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie.
Something I will still not watch.
That's just, that's sticking within the whole Flash thing. I'm not going to talk Arrow because it just happened.
Speaking of Ninja Turtles, one of the turtles died in the comic books.
Has it been official he's dead? I know
they came into the room and said like there was nothing we could do, he's gone or something.
I know that he got, was it Bebop that smashed his shell open? One of the two
Yeah,
hit
I
him with a
believe
hammer.
so.
Hit him with a sledgehammer and smashed his shell open. And actually made the reference, oh god, I didn't know they looked like that on the inside. So yeah, I'm pretty sure he's dead.
He dead, Jim.
He did. Turtle shells don't grow back.
Yep, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles issue number 44. He is killed.
Dun 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 dun.
Oh, don't be such a baby.
Now, doesn't that take
Just go
place in
back.
the same kind of universe as the show that's on Nickelodeon right now?
No, I think
No,
that's its
this
own
one, this one
multiverse.
I think is the original verse,
Oh.
or similar to the original verse.
Which series is it? Is it the one that's done by Image, or is it the IDW universe?
I don't know. Eastman's involved with it. That's all I know.
Most likely IDW then.
What? What? Oh, no. What? Sorry, I'm looking up stuff. What is this? Ooh.
Have we talked about Deadpool getting an R rating?
Not yet. We can, though. Talk a little Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. first.
Fine.
Also going to talk about this very interesting photo, supposedly from episode 7 of a blue-skinned character with a red eyeball. April Fool! Got you going, Tade.
Do what?
Huh?
What'd you say?
I said it was a blue-skinned character with a red eyeball, supposedly from episode 7.
Okay.
Don't tease us like that.
Don't get me all hot and bothered like that.
Okay. Hey, Adam. Going back to what we were talking about with Static.
Yes.
Originally, Static was part of Milestone Media.
Really?
Yes. And Milestone merged with DC in 08. But Milestone struck a deal with DC. I do not know when, but it wasn't until 2000 that the general public, outside of comic book readers, was introduced to Static Shock. So yeah, wasn't until 2008 that Static was a DC character. So it'd be interesting to see Arrow somehow put Static in. He is a metahuman.
Be kind of cool. But Arrow's been shying away from the powers. It's been the Flash show that's been going like to the wall with him.
Yeah. What'd I say, Arrow?
Yeah.
No, I meant Flash.
Interesting. Interesting. Why can't they just let Godzilla be?
Godzilla?
Go Godzilla.
Ah, okay. Well, we can talk Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., then we can go on to the Godzilla and all the rest of the geeky stuff that's out there right now. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Doo-da-ba-doo.
One of the most epic episodes they have ever had.
My biggest beef with it was that it was a little bit too much of turn. It's like we've already done this kind of shtick before, where all of a sudden we have enemies among us from within ourselves.
I'm enjoying it, but it's starting to feel like they've got too many balls in the air at once.
I'm hoping that, we learn why here in a couple weeks.
But
Well,
we've only
4
got
weeks.
a couple of weeks.
Because right now there's like two huge things that aren't really joined together.
I think the package on the ship is what's going to tie this together.
There's one other thing that I did notice, though. You also saw when Sky popped up off the boards and found the dent in the wall.
Oh yeah, they made no qualms about that.
Yeah,
yeah,
they
yeah,
said
yeah,
that
yeah.
it was Banner.
The house that
Yeah,
Banner built.
yeah. Yes, and it's made out of vibranium. What's going to happen in Age of Ultron to the shield that is made of vibranium?
Oh.
Oh.
Good catch. That shield's not nearly as thick as that wall was.
Interesting.
We do
That's
see that the
good
shield.
catch.
We do see that the shield does get broken in one of the early trailers.
Yes. Huh.
And that tends to, in the comics of the shows, as far as I know, tends to be followed up by it being repaired in Wakanda, and we do have the Black Panther showing up at some point.
What was on the boat?
Like I said, I'm going to stick with my theory is that's what ties these two storylines together.
I'm still
What
thinking
could
it's
it
the
be?
weaponry based off the cosmic cube.
You think it's Phase 2?
I mean,
Well-
Phase
Well,
2
you
just
know-
kind of disappeared.
You know,
Makes
They
a big
did-
appearance in Age of Ultron.
they did, yeah, because if you're, it's very brief, but in one of the trailers you see them firing what looks like an anti-aircraft gun, but it's firing blue bolts.
Oh, there have been other spoilers that have been released because of a book that was put out where the Hydra agents that were once SHIELD agents are wearing Chitauri armor.
But no, what they mentioned that the thing that Mockingbird was supposed to put in to the ship's data server would, quote, set off all the weapons on the boat. So what if they're, Phase 2 weapons that are safeguarded to be self-destructed?
Very possible.
Hmm.
And in the upcoming episodes, we see in this turmoil that Hydra takes that ship back.
It's a possibility.
I'm incredibly disappointed that it's not a helicarrier.
I don't think Hydra's gonna pop back up right now.
You're thinking Leviathan.
I don't
No.
think either of them is gonna pop up right now. I think Hydra's a red herring at the moment.
Yeah, I
Because
think
they have to set up for Ultron.
Yeah,
bad.
Age of Ultron has to tie into this somehow because it's all connected. And because it is so connected with S.H.I.E.L.D. and all of the other characters that, we've already... Hydra has to show up a little bit because they are involved, or at least Von Strucker is involved in the beginning of Age of Ultron, which might just happen to have happened back when the Whitehall stuff was going on at Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Wolf, but from what the Hydra command said, Strucker had disappeared. He's set out on his own.
With a couple of Inhumans on his own.
And he even basically says that in his appearance at the end of the one movie. He's like talking about let them fight it out.
That's true, he did. So he's a rogue agent on that one. It's going to be, I don't know, I think you're right. They got a lot of balls in the air that they need to go through and, okay, this one goes. Because it's like, what about all these other Inhumans that Oscar has been gathering?
You mean George?
Is it
Gordon.
Gordon? Oscar? I just knew it was a Sesame Street name in there somewhere.
And they've never really addressed what her dad has done to himself. And he's where she is now.
I don't think they're too happy with him. Whoever they are.
True. They made a point where he was just like, you're really not one of us. I don't know how. I just don't see how they're going to tie this all together with it. I mean, because they've got its own story right now. It's just like, how does this? I mean, I know Age of Ultron is supposed to be its own thing, whereas the Winter Soldier tied in extremely close to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. to the point where it's like the first half of the season was just filler till they got to that point. Whereas this, it should be. I mean, they've introduced Inhumans in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. before we see them in Age of Ultron. We know that there are more than just Quake, Quicksilver, and Scarlet Witch. There's Gordon and Reyna and whoever else is going to pop up. Two other actors have just popped up on the list of people who have mysterious roles in Age of Ultron, which Marvel did a good job.
Including a certain actor whose character's Patsy is legendary.
No.
What?
Who?
Guess who's listed as a guest star
On Age of Ultron.
on Age of Ultron?
No,
Dude,
he
link
got
that,
run
link
over by a
that.
truck.
Special guests are Paul Rudd, Nathan Fillion, Jamie Alexander, Chadwick Boseman, Nick Blood, Clark Gregg goes on. Chloe Bennett's
Wait,
going to be
did you
in
say
it.
Nathan Fillion?
Yes.
Oh.
Brett Dalton is a special guest as well, so we're
I
going
was
to
going
see.
to say.
We're going to see the Agents of Shield, and then right after Elizabeth Henstridge, Maximiliano Hendarez, or however you want to pronounce his last name.
No.
I'm
Hernandez.
more
way.
interested in the Nathan Fillion thing.
So they're
And-
bringing back Sitwell? Or
They're-
was that Sitwell?
Oh, that's Sitwell.
There you go. If you want to see it, you know. Special guest Ming-Na Wen's going to be in it.
Also, where the hell has Deathlock gone off to?
It's funny, it says those are special guests. Those aren't from the film, though.
Yeah, well, maybe they'll be in there. Maybe we'll see, you know, flashbacks.
Because
No,
wants to see
okay,
Sean
these are special guests at the world premiere. It looks like.
Oh, okay then. Well, that's a shame.
You
Well,
got me all
honestly,
excited, you bastard.
I got all excited too.
honestly, I could honestly see Clark Gregg at least making an appearance in Age of Ultron.
But you know what's
Thought
funny,
I was
though? I know
bad, didn't you?
Frank Grillo is in Age of Ultron because he's also going to be in Civil War. He's playing Crossbones.
He is Crossbones.
Yeah, well, he's in it. Let's see. Who was the other one that I just saw on this list that is in the film?
Well, you know how Falcon found out he was in the film, right? When the poster got released and his friends started calling him.
That's not how he found out he was in the movie.
That's the story that he's telling is that's how he found out.
How do you film a movie and not know you're filming a movie?
I mean, they did go back and do reshoots.
That's true.
So here's my question: since I do see Don Cheadle in here, does this mean that we'll actually get to see the War Machine
Yes.
in?
Yeah, they've said that.
Yeah, they already said War
We
Machine's
already
in the
know
movie.
he's at the party scene.
But he's
And he's
actually going to be
using-
War Machine.
Yeah. Well, we kind of figured it because he's using one of War Machine's arm things when he's trying to help Tony lift up the hammer.
I still think Cap picks up the hammer to destroy Ultron.
So much awesome.
Well, it would make sense, especially since Mjolnir has proven that she's stubborn, but at the same time, she's willing to let someone wield her so long as they are worthy at the time for a very short period of time.
And he already moved it once.
Yes.
Much to
Oh,
Thor's.
the look on Thor's face.
What? You're all not worthy. I am so glad that he has eased back on the Shakespearean fakeness. Watching
I
the
can't believe he's
first
in normal
Thor
clothing.
movie, watching the first Thor movie is so hard because he is so tongue in
Verily.
cheek with the. It is. It really is. It's like oh that and the really bad dye job on his hair. I mean, they dyed his eyebrows blonde. But that being said, if they really, I would like to see them bring Kenneth Branagh back to do the third one. Ragnarok? I think he
That's
did a
what
good
we
job
did.
with the first one.
So, do you think we'll honestly see either the Widow or Hawkeye in Shield leading up?
I think we'll see Hawkeye before we see Widow. And you know that Fury is going to have to make an appearance.
By this point, yes, it's a dead given.
Oh
It's
yeah,
just-
he hasn't shown up yet in this season, has he?
No. Just a matter of time.
What if they do it next episode because they have no, Coulson has the box now, doesn't he?
No.
No,
No,
did they actually get the toolbox?
no, it's who does Adama play?
Kane. Kidding.
I'll go with that.
Gonzalez.
I was gonna yeah, that's why I wanted to make sure, because I was gonna say Hernandez. But yeah, Gonzalez. Yeah, he has the toolbox.
They're all concerned about this transparency thing. It's like, and then you instantly want to go up to the toolbox and find out what the secrets are because you say that brought down. Why are you so focused on that when we know for a fact Hydra brought it down? One of them's got to be a plant, especially I think the one that tried to shoot Sky.
Oh yeah.
Everybody
Yeah.
else used icers except for that guy. Apparently, he can do whatever he
That
wants.
guy and the other one.
Well, Calderon has shown from the beginning he's kind of bitchy and
Squirrely. Squirrely.
Well, he could also be there as a distraction because, for all we know, Gonzalez is actually a Hydra plant who just had bad luck of getting taken out a Shield agent, but getting pretty messed up in the process.
Very true.
This he almost is saying we might not see how well the show is connected until we see Age of Ultron. That's what he said in an interview, apparently.
Can you imagine being a writer on this stuff? It's gotta be worse than trying to keep comic book continuity together.
Yeah, because you're continually planting these tiny little seeds that people aren't supposed to really necessarily pick up on until after they watch the movie, and then they go back and go, "Oh!"
And everybody picks up on it first.
I mean, what was it? We already know that they had to go back and reshoot some stuff for Ant-Man because of the tie-in stuff. Let's see. I bet you know what, Neil McDonough was the name that I saw in there because there's a flashback scene in Age of Ultron where Peggy Carter and the Howling Commandos are seen.
Is this the scene we were figuring out which one's her husband?
Trip's dead.
Is it Trip's dad?
No, they haven't said.
I was gonna say, when does Ant-Man come out?
July? August?
September? October?
No, it's in the summer.
So it is this year?
Oh, yeah.
I think it is late July, early August.
Phase 3 is bang bang.
Okay, because I thought Ant-Man wasn't until next year. Because
No, Winter Soldier is next year. And
Civil War.
Yeah. And then Strange is next year, too, isn't it? Like
Yes.
late next year?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the reason I was asking is because I think I read something that had it was an interview with the actress who plays Carter.
Haley Atwell.
I think yes, Haley Atwell, and the question was asked about Ant-Man. It's like, okay, so what, does season 2 of Carter involve Ant-Man somehow?
She's in Ant-Man.
I know, now.
Yeah,
Well-
Ant-Man takes place in 2 different time periods.
Whoa. Trippy.
Now, what about the rumors from, I guess, late summer, early fall, that BJ Britt was spotted on the Age of Ultron set?
He might have just been walking around and watching.
I don't know. Supposedly, some of the set watchers claimed he was in costume of some kind.
Oh, Trip lives.
I think.
Listen, when they did that hashtag, remember?
Yeah, they resurrect him with the power of the staff.
The staff.
Staff you.
So did I blow your mind, Tank? With that number?
It was Very impressive.
know we've had-
wish.
I know we've had conversations on here about Patreon or Patreon, however you want to call it. I'm looking at an artist, and I do support them, but even if it's just temporarily, because there's a picture I really, really want. What would you guys like to make as an overall income in a year?
Monies.
Work back, I know exactly how much I made in a year.
Well, how much would you like to make in a year?
At least 70,000.
All the monies?
What about you, Adam?
How much would I like to make in a year?
Yeah.
Between $90,000 and $125,000 a year.
Nice.
This person's Patreon has 2,382 people pledging, and every 2 weeks they make $22,184 just off this Patreon.
That's
What?
What?
most of my yearly income.
That's on top of anything they get from commissions, anything they get from professional work, and any other job that they're doing. They make more money in 1 month than most people in the United States make in a year.
There's a kid in
Just
California
this.
making $1,000 a day off some Instagram app that he made.
I'm broken.
Makes you a sad panda, doesn't it?
Makes me want to figure out what the hell can I put up that might get people to buy that shit.
Maybe Adam
Yeah.
should start a Patreon.
I should.
Yeah, but that would require him to do a lot more output than he does now currently.
Yeah.
Not against you. of
Massive
course.
amount. No, I would actually have to go full core, like hardcore, 40 hours, 50 hours, 60 hours a week.
Which, you earn enough money to do that, you can.
True.
Because you earn enough money to do that, you're getting money out of the Patreon for it, you can hire a babysitter.
It's not even that. They got to go to daycare at this point.
You can
Not
hire a
even babysitter.
chauffeur.
There you go. Oh, I'm reading the rumor from back on June 13th, 2014, that BJ Britt was seen all in costume, and that Britt was checking out a bike that belonged to Captain America.
Maybe he's playing his grandfather in a flashback.
We're all pondering this at the exact same time.
Deep thoughts.
No, but he's in. He said he was in an Avengers recruit outfit. Oh my God, he's got powers.
The mist affects everybody in different ways.
Why are you putting such emphasis on that?
That
Because
was said in the last episode.
everyone gets affected.
Maybe he reconstitutes himself.
Maybe he's like the Thing and just turns to rock.
He's the Sandman?
Or,
Oh God! Speaking of, did you see the horrible pictures of the Thing from the Fantastic Four movie?
Yes. Trying
Really
to block
glad
it out
that
of my
I
mind.
haven't.
I threw up a little bit.
Yes.
I'm not gonna look.
Gave me a stomach bug for 4 days.
You're gonna look.
It was so bad it went back in time and gave me a cold for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's like a train wreck. You have to look.
No,
No,
I
there's
don't.
some train
No, I
wrecks
don't.
from.
That would make so much perfect sense, and that would actually make his death, or make the whole deal of their. I mean, because Coulson has to reveal himself to the Avengers. He has to. There has to be a way where he's like, "Hey guys, I'm still alive," and because he was the reason why they became the Avengers.
I like how Coulson just became Patrick Stewart.
Yes. Hello, I'm alive.
Oh, you know he would.
But
Oh, yes.
Well, and there's also the slight fact that Fury considers Coulson an Avenger.
oh my God! Oh! That's how they're gonna tie it in. They're gonna do this whole Inhuman thing, and they're gonna go back to the city underneath Puerto Rico, and they're just gonna show all the stones reforming, and that's all they're gonna do. And then he'll just pop up in Age of Ultron.
Well, they took his remains out.
That's true. So he's be sitting in a cardboard box somewhere doing the whole Indiana Jones thing, being examined by top people, and he'll just
Top
sit up.
People.
Top men.
It would make
Nobody wants to be
perfect
a
sense.
bottom.
Why would he be why would he be trying out to be an Avenger if he didn't have powers? Or some way of doing other... I mean, everybody
Well,
either has a
Hawkeye
shtick.
and Black Widow don't have powers.
Hawkeye's power is he never misses.
Hawkeye's power is he's a carny.
Dun, 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 dun. Big head smells like cabbage.
So, since you had mentioned, since Adam had gone into Patrick Stewart mode,
Yes.
did you hear that he's actually going to be show on Stars?
Blunt talk.
I'm looking
It
forward to
looks
that.
amazing.
That looks so funny.
It's a comedy, right?
It's a comedy.
Yeah. He does.
Seth
I like it.
MacFarlane's involved with it.
Of course he is, because they're like best friends. Smith. No, you
I'm not
can't
upset
touch
by
it.
that friendship.
Interesting. I'm sorry. I was just I don't have Stars, so
Yeah, there
Have
are
you
a
seen-
lot of characters in the Marvel, lore that have the ability to, make rock bodies. So it's entirely possible that that's what Trip is.
and a lot of people spotted him. It's just like he's there. He was spotted more than once.
So,
We can really just hope.
so it's a case of, didn't you die?
If he comes back, it'll fix the biggest mistake they've made this season.
I think the biggest mistake they've made this season is they killed off quite a few characters they really shouldn't have killed off. One of them appeared in flashbacks earlier. Last night's episode.
Xena,
Which-
warrior princess?
Seeing her doing badass things with a knife was awesome.
Yes, it was.
Yes.
I kind of was expecting her to just suddenly,
I
I was expecting it. I really was.
I think anybody who watched Xena when it was on air was expecting that.
It would have been a fun little nod if they could have found a way to work it. Not the chant in there, but like, what
The
happened
disc.
to your disc? What happened to your disc? The damn thing didn't come back.
Or if like Mac or Bobby would have said, "Going on Xena there, aren't you?"
I think it would have been better if when she came in, somebody had looked at her and been like, "Where's Gabrielle?" and she just says she's dead.
No. You gotta be subtle about it.
But that could be subtle, Agent Gabrielle, something or other.
Where's that woman who always documented your missions? She was Hydra.
Sorry, I'm
Never
reading
heard
all
of.
these stuff.
You know what would honestly have been funny? If Kevin Sorbo had made an appearance in that flashback.
Oh man.
Kevin Sorbo, he's just a dead body somewhere on the ship. What happened to Herc? He didn't make it.
That's messed up.
I'm looking at characters that, Trip could be. There's one character named Shatter. He is a mutant, but he's not a major character, so he may not be owned by
Fox?
Fox. He's a Murloc, actually. African American, black skin, rocky
Swarthy.
abilities. So that's one potential. Apparently, anybody with the last name Cuckoo had rock skin. David Banner from the movies had it. I think it. I honestly hope they do bring him back because killing him off was just wrong.
Well, we only got what month to figure? Yeah, a month from today.
Pretty much a month, yeah.
30 days.
Is it May 1st or May 4th?
May. Oh, I thought it was the 1st.
I think it's the first.
Check something here.
Yeah, because the first is a Friday, the fourth is a Monday. Why would they release a movie on a Monday? So I'm more inclined to think it's the first.
And yes, I will be there at midnight on Thursday.
I'll be saving my money from the paycheck before, so I can go see that.
I will be there.
I don't know if I'll see a midnight showing, but I'm certainly going to see it that first day.
That and I want to see Mad Max.
I kind of want to see Mad Max too.
Oh, that latest trailer is just insane.
I actually heard that they're going to be showing the first Batman vs. Superman trailer before Mad Max.
And the same. Sorry, my mic got pushed up. And the same will be said about Age of Ultron, where the Episode 7 trailer will be shown.
If it wasn't... I'm glad that it's Age of Ultron that's getting that trailer, because I really would hate to have had to have spent money to go see that trailer and then leave. Because I would have done it. Hey, Wolfie, we should go see the movie together.
You gotta come here.
Where would you like to meet? We'll arrange that later.
You got a month.
We got a month. We'll figure something out.
So, who's gonna watch the guilty pleasure film that comes out this Friday?
What would it be?
Fast 7.
Nope.
I haven't seen a Fast and the Furious movie since Tokyo Drift, and I've never seen a Fast and the Furious movie in the theater, so...
I have to catch up before I can watch.
Yeah,
Fast
I haven't
7.
seen 6 yet.
I haven't seen 3, 4, Tokyo Drift, 5, or 6.
Well, if you haven't watched any of those, you gotta watch them in the chronological order, which would put Tokyo Drift behind 5? 4?
A lot of people are saying Tokyo Drift is like the last movie.
Yeah, Tokyo Drift is continuity-wise last.
Even after 7?
After 7, yes.
Supposedly,
Well,
there may even be a scene in 7 with a flash. I don't know. It's getting confusing. There's rumors about where it fits.
Well, actually, I stand corrected. Tokyo Drift would be 6.5 halfway through the film. Then it's chronologically, after that point, it's after 7.
That's
weird.
just so confusing.
It's like trying to watch the Clone Wars.
They really need to fix that.
But let's see, we've got a month to the Avengers. We've got 9 days to Daredevil.
Oh,
Which means I'm not going to sleep that night. Of course I'm going to watch the last episode first just so I can see the costume.
Daredevil is pretty much just the only reason why I haven't canceled my Netflix subscription.
Okay, Lucas Black is in 7.
Who?
He's the guy. He's the main character from Tokyo Drift.
Okay.
AKA the guy who plays LaSalle on the new NCIS series.
Yes, he's also the crazy little brother who starts a cult on the Dawson's Creek football movie. I just went blank on the name.
Never watched Dawson's Creek.
Friday Night Lights?
No, not Friday Night Lights. It stars the Dawson and Paul Walker's in it as well.
Oh, I Don't Want Your Life. That one?
Yeah.
I have no idea. I just know that line.
More so than
I can't remember the name now.
Man, that movie's old. That was James' forehead beak.
I am disappointed. I've patched a red shirt and it can't find the file necessary to launch the game.
Yeah, I'm having problems with that too. Other people have gotten in though, so it does work.
Unable to start game client for Richard.
Yeah.
All right then.
Now,
Varsity Blues, that's the movie.
That's the one. Well, since we've talked about a little bit of Star Wars and Force Awakens, and its trailer going to be with Age of Ultron, which I am no longer doing spoilers for Star Wars. Anything that comes out spoiler-wise from here on out, I'm not following it. I don't want to know any more. I know too much as it is, if it's all true.
he knows too much.
I want to be surprised a little bit. But there is other Star Wars news. Hasbro, which I've seen them. They were at Target. They released a 6 action figure box, or 6 boxes called the Digital Release or Commemorative Collection, and they're pretty cool. You put the 6 boxes together, it makes a big picture on one side, and they've got I think 5 or 6 figures on the inside. But they never had a release date for when they were supposed to be digitally released for the first time in HD, where you can get them on iTunes or you can get it on all that other stuff. But it would seem that Friday, April 10th will be the day that you can get the Star Wars movies digitally. And I'm looking at a picture from Walmart taken 2 days ago or a day ago that has new, first time on digital HD, own it on Vudu, Star Wars The Digital Movie Collection.
Question.
Yes.
For the first 3, by first 3 I mean non-prequels, are they going to be the uncut versions with
Special editions.
No.
It will be the special editions. And it's looking like that it's still Fox, because Fox has the distribution rights. Fox is doing this, which is why there's no Disney logos on this at all. Which is very interesting. Because I'm pretty sure that it was Disney that put the money up to make sure that these were cleaned up enough for the digital releases. Very interesting.
So they are actually going to release them?
That's what it's saying. Let's see. It could be a joke. And this article even says, as for this being an April Fool's joke, Yakface on Twitter, it's yakface.com. You can go there and they've got it up on their thing. Said that it wasn't intentional. It just happened. The image was allegedly taken at a Walmart in Missouri. And I love
heard about it.
The last line is, finally, for those special, in quotation marks, fans over on sites such as originaltrilogy.com, give it up. These won't be the unaltered releases of the original movies. They'll be the most recent cuts of the films.
I heard that they actually were going to be releasing the original, films, maybe cleaned up, but that's about as far as they go. And I heard that over a week ago.
And there have been a lot of rumblings about that because of the 4K transfers that were being done months ago. Now I'm like, well, why would they? Why would they do that to the original? I mean, why would they go 4K? Because if you're going to do 4K and clean them up and get the highest resolutions you can out of them for right now, that would mean either they're going to re-release the Blu-rays in 4K on 4K Blu-rays or release them theatrically again. I don't know. I would think they're going for a theatrical release next summer or throughout the year next year to lead up to Episode 7, which means it's going to be in the movies a lot. Because there ain't nothing like watching Star Wars on the big screen. I might have to bring a lightsaber.
When you said, why can't they leave Godzilla alone, you didn't mention that it's a Toho reboot, which I don't have a problem with.
Yeah, but I mean, how many Godzillas do we need? Aren't the Americans doing another one too as it is?
Yes, but this is Toho, so it's automatically better.
That's true. And Gareth Edwards, it was Gareth Edwards who did it, right?
Yes, I believe so.
What? Did I read somewhere that Josh making the horrible Fantastic Four movie Trank is doing a Star Wars movie? Or is it Gareth Edwards that's doing a Star Wars movie?
I heard it was Gareth doing Rogue One.
Because supposedly Josh Trank is going to be at Celebration. I'm like, why is Josh Trank going to be there?
No, he's doing one too, supposedly.
Oh. Well, maybe they'll see Fantastic Four and go, you ain't touching Star Wars. What's wrong with you? Look at a Cleveland Brown going, smack. What's wrong with you?
Roll up the window, you let not a stank out. My favorite line. Okay, so I got it backwards.
Interesting.
Is that J.J. Abrams in the picture or Trank?
Pretty sure that's Trank.
They look exactly the same.
That is Trank.
You can't tell me he does not look straight up like Abrams.
The next Star Wars movie is going to be a found footage film where a holocron was just laying on its side and captured all of these images. And it's going to be real, gritty, and real.
And real gritty.
It's all going to be shot from a stormtrooper's helmet cam.
So gritty.
Which means everything's going to be half in focus and you'll never see all of it because he can't shoot straight.
You know,
No. See, it's perfectly fine until a Jedi comes into the picture, and then all of a sudden you can't hit the broadside of a barn.
Well, we all know the theories on that.
Force distortion.
No, that they weren't allowed to actually shoot Luke.
It was all a setup.
I really like that theory.
They were given specific instructions to lead him, but not hurt him. Scare him. You can wound him, but don't kill him.
Yeah, but they didn't know that in the first film.
Well, yeah. It still makes no sense as to why that would... why would they do that in Empire Strikes Back where Luke was nowhere around? Watch those stormtroopers taking shots at Chewbacca. Chewbacca is a Wookiee. A Wookiee. And he can take a stormtrooper out at half a mile. Dink! One shot to the head. Stormtrooper is laying down a blanket of fire and misses everything.
Because Vader wanted the entire crew alive.
Why did I just hear a Skype thing? I don't have Skype open.
I heard it too, and it wasn't me.
Oh, that's Skype.
I think it's Tank.
But mine wasn't open. I mean, I have Skype open, but the TeamSpeak wasn't on.
Weird.
I have Skype open, but my Skype sounds come straight through the Yeti, and that's a one-way.
I could have anything open and y'all wouldn't know because I have a headset.
Same here. Boom.
So do I.
Same.
Just like
And
right now, y'all can't hear that I'm listening to the Jurassic Park theme.
Anyways, hey Adam,
Yes.
do you happen to have $599 laying around?
Yeah, all the time.
You can pick one of these up then.
But he could just make his own.
Yeah, I was about to say he could just make one.
True.
Oh, is this the 30? Yes. Yeah. I could make my own, and I would rather have the life-size Hulk Buster.
He could make his own life-size Hulk Buster.
Yeah. I could, actually. Did you see those? The one that Hot Toys did?
Those are big.
They're huge. $5.99. Wow, that is really, really high. There's a sculpture on that. Doesn't give any specs or anything on that. That seems really, really high. Why would that be so? $600 for a statue seems ridiculously high, especially for a cold cast porcelain statue.
Now, if it's a one of a kind, made by hand.
I actually want to pick up the Play Arts Kai Iron Man variant that they have.
They got some good stuff. They had a Boba Fett that they were doing pre-orders for like $85 for it. Up until possibly yesterday.
Wolfie, that link disturbs me.
You do know that Wolfie's description on the credits are click links with caution.
I haven't posted anything bad. What did I post?
That incredibly
No, I meant today.
inappropriate picture
I meant today.
of Optimus Prime and Bishytron.
Oh, I didn't even look at the picture. I was just showing the article.
Yeah, no.
Not what you think it is.
The picture has almost nothing to do with the article.
Oh,
I
dear
don't
God.
care.
Why would Paramount think it was a good idea to get the man who destroyed the original Batman franchise
Because Paramount's freaking retarded.
to write and keep tabs on their upcoming Transformers cinematic universe?
Why did they think it was
Because
a
they're
good
trying
idea
to kill it like they killed Star Trek.
Why did they think it was a good idea to let Orsi have a chance at, headlining a Star Trek film?
Oh my
He was the
God,
biggest
Fox
fan
is
of all.
rebooting Alien Nation.
Aliens.
I liked Alien Nation. That was a good movie. That was a good premise for a whole. It was District 9 before District 9.
I remember the TV show.
I
remember both.
just
The TV show was
disturbed
better.
by that picture. I gotta close it.
Yeah, I did. I had to close it too. Remember, click links with caution.
Yeah.
If
But
Wolfie's
the other one-
involved.
The other
I
one-
honestly scrolled past the picture so fast I didn't see what it was.
That's pretty
the
hard.
the other link was something I wanted to talk about because of the 50th anniversary coming up, and I did mention Batman and Robin. Haha. If you guys aren't aware that Adam West and Burt Ward they actually came. Well, I know it was Burt Ward that spilled the beans at a show. That he and Adam West will be doing the voices of Batman and Robin for an animated feature.
Oh, Julie Newmar has signed on as well, apparently.
Awesome.
Well, since we're on the topic of Batman,
Yes.
I'm Batman.
so I'm just looking at the other Play Arts Kai that Square Enix has on their store. I bring to you Bat Cowboy.
Bad cow.
Let Edgar in that hole.
Let's ride. That's as bad as Pirate Batman from the one comic book.
Okay, but that's badass looking.
Yeah, I don't know.
His cowboy hat has ears.
Still, it's badass looking. He's the bat with no name.
I like the Batman, the one where they set him, the Elseworlds one where he was a pirate.
Let me see if I can find one on the Play Arts Kai line.
Is it Square Enix that's doing the ultra overdone Darth Vader and Stormtrooper and Boba Fett one?
They
Probably.
did a Boba Fett one. That was
Nah,
the one that was doing
There was
pre-orders.
one that
I
was
don't think
recently
it's-
the pictures were just put out, and I'm like, why
I know
is
which
it?
one you're talking about.
Why? Yeah, but it's like, do you really need to put that many tiny little greebles all over their outfit just to look how cool and look at all the detail we put in? I'm like, yeah, but they're kind of cool without them. I mean, Boba Fett was cool before you did all that stuff. I keep clicking his links here. You gotta put these links in the chat, man.
You gotta stop clicking his links for your own safety.
Ah, that's the thing, one. Stop doing that, man. I don't have any Coke or coffee over here. I'll do a spit take. Blech. But yeah, Batman and Robin. Burt Ward and Adam West.
Oh god, why did I click it? Oh god.
I got him! I got him!
Keep in mind that I can ban you from this server.
I kept posting all those because I knew I could post that one eventually and you would click it.
I know where you live, son.
Actually, you've never been to my house.
Still know where you live.
I know where you live.
If it's not Square Enix, it's probably Kotobukiya.
No, it's not Kotobukiya.
It's an American company.
I like Kotobukiya's stuff, but
Expensive as hell.
expensive.
You know,
It's-
I'm really
it's
worried
It's
about-
somewhere on Topless Robot, I think, if you scroll through enough.
I wouldn't say it's as expensive as hell, especially not compared to Igor that we saw a minute ago.
That's true.
That's Gentle Giant, though.
Oh, no, no.
Let's see, I have Alter,
Oh my
Good
God.
Smile, and what's the other one that I have around here somewhere?
A crap ton of amiibos.
Do do do.
No, I'm actually talking about model companies. Back when I actually went to conventions.
See, I don't have any models. When I get models, I sell them to Tank.
It's only happened once.
Yeah, it's Square Enix. I found the article.
Yeah, it's just too much. It's too much.
And you can see that one is what it says it is because it's a Topless Robot link, so it's all written out.
Okay, that Stormtrooper's pretty cool.
The Stormtrooper was
Square
cool.
Enix.
Speaking of which, by the way, have you all
Yes.
seen the finished version of the TIE Fighter video?
Yes.
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 Jesus. That needs to be a thing.
Took that guy
Wait, what?
4 years.
4 years, yeah.
This guy, he basically made a Robotech style animation
Oh
of
yes.
X-Wing versus TIE Fighters.
No, just TIE Fighter. I'm
Well,
pretty
no,
sure that's
it-
the opening sequence of TIE Fighter.
Yes.
Well, still X-Wings versus TIE Fighters.
True.
I didn't know that was actual introduction for the game.
It's been a long time, but as been thinking back to it, I was like, holy shit, he actually just basically animated the short little opening sequence of TIE Fighter. And he added to it, and it's like, I want a series.
It would be amazing.
But it took him 4 years on his own time to get it done.
I posted a link to that in the chat on Twitch.
Ladies and gentlemen, keep in mind that anything Wolfie posts, take with a grain of salt.
And be
No,
careful.
it's the Star Wars TIE Fighter animation you guys are talking about.
Yes.
It legitimately is.
And this is you, Wolfie.
But no, that is it is. He put it up there. I was like, oh, but I've seen this already. I already said, and I was like, wait, this one's 7 minutes long.
Yeah, it's the full thing.
I was like, ooh, so I had to watch it, and I sat there, and I was like, ooh, why is this not a big thing, and why is somebody not hiring this guy to do like an entire 90-minute Mobile Wars anime style?
Because he did it on his own time, that's the problem.
There could be no words in that entire movie. It would be the best movie all year.
Yeah,
It was the fact he included a lot of the sound effects from the game and everything.
Yeah, it took him 4 years though, by himself.
That's incredible.
I mean, look how long it takes for guys doing imps to. I mean, they're still trying to get out part 3. They kickstarted that, and they GoFunded me that, or the Indiegogo that, and they're still not able to completely get out 3 yet. And I'm waiting for that.
Apparently, Vivica Fox is coming back to Independence Day.
But Will Smith is not.
As of right now.
Yeah, because After Earth was a good decision. He should stop making his own decisions. Someone should make his own decisions for him.
The problem is he's not making his decisions. The Church of Scientology is.
I didn't think he was in Scientology.
He's a
He
secret
is.
Scientologist.
It's kind of like a Secret Santa, but different.
But way, way worse.
Kind of funny how the last public appearance of Will Smith promoting his new film was on Top Gear.
To become a secret Scientologist, you have to spend a week in a closet with Tom Cruise.
Oh, God.
Now I want to go watch Trapped in the Closet, the South Park episode.
We get Tom Cruise. Did you guys see the trailer for the new Mission Impossible?
Yes.
Open the door!
Oh God, somebody gave R2-D2 Daniel Bryan's legs and arms.
Yeah. R2-D2 no kung fu.
Yeah, Mission Impossible is one I want to go. When does that open?
When they're done with the mission.
That's impossible.
It looked good. I was beyond impressed. I was like, that whole end where he takes off with the airplane, I'm like, you're kind of screwed there, buddy. It's like, let's see, I rode a bullet train in Japan. How can I top that?
Well, see, what bothers me though is it's a nice big top secret organization being taken down by another shadowy organization. Wow, that seems fairly familiar.
This has not happened in any
at the end
recent
of-
history this month.
At the end of that, Clark Craig shows up and goes, "Hi, my name is Phil Coulson. I'm with the Strategic Homeland." Yeah.
I'd like to
Oh
talk
my
to you
God.
about.
Intervention Enforcement and Logistical Division.
I'd like to talk to you about the next Avengers initiative.
We missed a April Fool's joke. IGN's Fast to the Future trailer.
Fast to the Future. I read about
Which actually has Vin Diesel in it, apparently.
I read about it, did not see it.
Speaking of ridiculous concepts, with Disney making a lot of live-action films from their classic properties, there was one
The
where
Rock.
the next one was going to be Bambi.
I
Yeah, I
posted
saw
that.
that one.
I saw that one.
That
They're
was
go-
Saturday
They are
Night
going
Live.
to pay dearly.
But they are going to be doing Mulan.
I had heard that.
And I guess there was an instant fan push to have Ming-Na Wen
No.
come back as Mulan. And I'm like,
I wouldn't
well,
mind
Actual
watching
Asian.
Mulan.
For Mulan, no. She needs to play her mother.
she's too old.
She needs to play her mother or the grandmother.
Oh my god, she'd be great as a grandmother. But Bambi
Like I
was
said,
great.
if Ming-Na is going to be Mulan, I wouldn't mind watching it.
She has to have a cameo in there. They can't not bring her in for a cameo.
But they do that, and they basically ask her where she learns to fight, and it was her grandmother.
Would her grandmother be known as the Calvary?
I was getting ready to say that.
How do you say Calvary in Chinese?
That is a good question.
Badass.
Ming-Na Wen.
Actually,
Nice.
somebody posited this idea on Tumblr that Aunt May for Peter. No one knows who might Aunt May actually be? Linda May. I can't remember where it was because it's been several weeks back now that I'd seen this, but the idea was they put these several animated GIFs together where I think it was in regards to an alternate Spider-Man and as to who his Aunt May actually would be, and it would be Melinda May. So that things would tie things together. I'd have to see if I can find it again, but good luck with that.
Speaking of tying things together, I finally logged into the Minecraft server for the first time in a couple months today
Uh-huh.
to show a friend who was very interested in joining the server, and I thought the TIE fighters were small and just very high up in the air. That's why they appeared so large on the map.
No, they're big.
You're gonna have to move those.
They're already above the clouds.
Now you're gonna have to move them away